Hey y'all, it's Angela, and general consensus is we want to learn how to make those cute little bandana bows. So let me show you how to do it. Number one, I want you to take one piece, whatever you're going to use for your biggest part of the bow, fold it in half. Now you might, these bandanas is kind of wonky, so you might have to do some trimming, whatever, to get it folded in half. And then I want you to take a piece of, this is batting, like cotton batting, and I want that piece of cotton batting to be the same size as your folded in half bandana. So same size as your folded in half bandana. Now, I want you to set that to the side. We're not going to do anything with that yet. I want you to take another bandana. This one will be the bandana that, so the red one for me is going to be my big part of my bandana right here. The white one's going to be this part right here. So I'm going to take this bandana, I'm going to fold it in half. We're fixing to do some sewing, so I'm just folding it in half so I can bring it over to the machine. And I'm putting this one pretty side to pretty side. I'm also putting the red bandana pretty side to pretty side, which I didn't when I did it, but it will be pretty side to pretty side before I sew it. So let's go do that. Pretty side to pretty side. All right. Now we're going to take the blue one and we're going to set it aside because we're not going to do anything with it. We're going to use it just the way it is because I don't want to mess with it and I want to leave the seams on it. All right. So this one, we're going to sew it hot dog style down this edge. This one, we are going to sew it completely around this part that the fold is, all the way down the sides and all the way in the middle except for about 4 inches because we're going to be able to turn it inside out. So let's go to the machine to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, now I've sewn all the way around the edge on this one and left the hole here. And now I'm going to trim it with my, when I find them, I'm going to trim it with my, oh, there they are. I like to use these. I'm going to trim it with these. I'm going to trim it all the way around the whole edge, and I'll be right back. All right, so we've trimmed around all of it, and look, I want you to see what I did here. I trimmed out so that I have something to flip in, if that makes sense. All right, I'm going to turn it inside out, and then we're going to get out the handy dandy pushing tool, which in our case is usually a chopstick. Sometimes it's a purple tool like this if it's something small, but I like the chopsticks for these bigger things. And so I'm going to use the chopstick, and I'm going to push my corners out to make sure that they're nice and pretty. And then I'm going to head over to the ironing board. I'm going to iron this a little bit, and I'm going to sew and close the hole. I'll be right back. Now I'm going to try to intervene your questions. Can I top stitch around the whole thing? Yes, of course you can. I don't care what you do. But I don't, and I'll show you what, because it doesn't really matter. It's all going to be up in the bow, most of it. All right, so now we're going to take that piece and lay it down flat. We are going to take this second piece and we got it hot dog style. We're going to turn it inside out. And then I am going to fold it in thirds. So it's going to kind of look like this. But I just folded it in thirds the wrong way. I'm going to fold it in thirds this way. I want it to look like this. So that's going to be my top. So, all right. So I've got these two pieces laying like this. And I am going to get some zip ties. I'll be right back. All right. I got a couple of zip ties here. I'm going to take this now and decide what I want to do with it. I'm going to play with it until I get it exactly where I want it. I might fold it some more. Okay. And I'm going to pinch, 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 pinch straight up the middle there. I have pinched till I can't pinch anymore. Do you see where we're going there? And now we're going to put the zip tie on here. The zip tie on here. which this zip tie might not even be long enough. If they're not long enough, you just add 2 zip ties together and that makes 1. So let's get the zip tie on here and I'll be right back. So once the zip tie is on here and tight, you play with your bow till you get it kind of where it looks how you want it to look. And then you trim off the zip tie. And then we take the the bottom part, and I take this one, and it's literally still folded in half, and I leave the fold towards the bow and this part down, the open part, and then I'm going to squeeze it same way I did the other one, and then we're going to connect it right there in the middle, with another zip tie. I'm going to get that done and I'll be right back. Now once that's in place, I took another piece and made like just a little strip, like a 10-inch strip, so that I could tie on here. This is covering the zip tie. And you can leave it long so that you can tie it onto something, or you can trim it short. And there you go. You have a bow. And it's cute. And you can make it, you can make it the top is the size you want, the bottom of the, anyway, it's just adorable. It's just a really cute little, so stinking cute bow. So go make you one.